The question is whether thought can be controlled. All systems of meditation, systems being practicing, method, day after day, they all assert that thought must be controlled. Because thought is the disturbing factor for a still mind.
When he says thought is a disturbing factor for a still mind, he is still referring to the meditation that is being given by gurus and all the meditation centers. He is being sarcastic here.
Do you understand all this? Huh? Are we meeting each other somewhere? Is there a common ground between us? Right. So thought, they say, must be absolutely held so that cannot possibly chatter.
Here is referring to the meditation techniques that are being taught, where a person is really forced. All the spiritual seekers that are doing that particular meditation are being literally told not to even think a single thought.
Go off. Therefore, they say, it is in order to control it, various systems are necessary. The Zen system, the Tibetan system, the Buddhist system, and the various forms of Hindu meditation, which is, in essence, control your thought. Right? I do not know if you have gone into this question at all. If you have, and if you have read something about it, or listened to if you have gurus, and I hope you have none of you have any gurus, at least you won't at the end of the talk.
Unfortunately, even in 2025, people are following gods and gurus and doing all kinds of meditation. It only leads a person into illusions of the mind.
They all insist, because I've listened to all of them. They've come and told me a great deal about it. Asking the speaker to join them. Asking, I won't go into all that rubbish. They all insist that thought must be controlled, and therefore thought must be held. One of the systems is mantra yoga. You've heard of that?
This is exactly what Isha Foundation or any spiritual group or any Hindu meditation or any Christian or anything that is of the Muslims, it's all a repetition of a particular teaching or a word or a particular meditation technique.
Transcendental meditation. Give a good name like transcendental, and then you change that into something marvelous. The word mantra has the root meaning of it is a sentence, a formula, a word that will bring about concentration. You understand?
This makes a person dependent on that word in order to have that particular experience. But in reality, neither the word or the experience helps them to go beyond the mind.
It can be Coca-Cola. Don't laugh, please, don't laugh. You are caught in it. That's what I'm objecting to it. You're caught in it. It can be that drink. It can be another word, or a Sanskrit sentence given to you by your guru for $150 and so on, so on, so on, so on.
As is done in Shunya meditation, where the spiritual seekers pay for the program, and in the end they have one word to practice in order to go into meditative states.
The idea being to help to bring about concentration so that your thoughts are completely held. You understand? Now, when you look into it, who is the controller? You understand?
When all these meditations are done, all the kriyas or any of this yoga, there tends to be a duality attached to all of them.
You want to control your thought. You see the importance of controlling your thought. And you say, and you try to control it. And all the time, it slips away. You spend 40 years in controlling. You understand? Every moment is slipping away.
And this is the irony that all the meditations take place in a person that a person practices, they succumb to this particular problem, but they do not see it as a problem because they have been told again and again for years and decades that you have to do meditation all the time, every day, in order to gain control over the mind, or to go beyond the mind, or to achieve enlightenment, or to be awakened.
So, you have to inquire who is the controller and why is it so important to make such tremendous effort to control. Effort. You follow? Which means conflict between the thought that moves away and another thought to say, I must control it.
That's duality.
Which is a battle all the time, struggle, conflict, all that goes on. So we must inquire into who is the controller. You understand? Is not the controller another thought? Right?
Although it looks like there's something else, something higher than you that's having this particular experience, especially during meditation, where a person experiences something that's watching the thought itself, but that itself is an activity of the mind. But do you see how subtle the mind is to live in to make you continue living in the illusions?
So one thought which assumes the dominance says I must control the other thought. One fragment trying to control another fragment. Please see this very carefully. The fragment. Please see this very carefully, because if you don't see it, what we are going to, you will then miss it. That is, thought has divided itself as movement, chattering, thinking about various things. When you want to look at something, concentrate, it goes off thinking about your shoes or something or other.
This is exactly how the thought just keeps you in the drama of itself, because thought is very divisive, and the mind, where that is very compulsive, it keeps dividing, it keeps taking a person to different aspects of things, and it just keeps them in that particular illusion.
And there's another thought which says, I mustn't do that, I must control it. So both are thought. One assumes the dominance and tries to suppress the other.
Even though they may not be thinking, but the mind itself has the quality where it can still function even when it is not functioning, even when there's no thinking, and still regulate as if it is not another activity of the mind. That's the tricky part.
See this. See the validity of what is being said, not because I say it, it is so. That is one, a thought says, it would be marvelous if I could control the thought which is wandering so that I can experience nirvana or whatever that wants to experience. So there is a division, please observe it, between the controller and that which needs to be controlled. And so there is a conflict between the controller and the controlled.
That's duality.
And there are various systems that will help you to control.
All systems created by the mind itself to keep functioning in duality.
Which is one of the systems says, become very slowly aware of everything you are doing. Your breathing, your posture, no, it's all too, I can't bear with all that kind of stuff.
That is why any meditation technique, anything that is being done in the involvement of the mind itself will never free a person, because all the systems, methods, yoga, kriyas, all these are still an activity of the mind itself.